Hello foodies, this is your host Sharmila and welcome back to my channel Sharmila's Kitchen. No Christmas celebration could happen without this rich plum cake. Today I am gonna show you how to make an eggless version of rich plum cake. You can bake it in either oven or gas stove, and I will also share you the secret cake masala recipe in this video. So let's make it. First we are gonna be making the cake masala that will make the cake fragrant and give you the Christmassy flavor. In a pan, add 2 cardamom, 3 cloves, 2-inch thick cinnamon sticks, half nutmeg and half mace. We will roast them lightly. Don't over roast the masala, otherwise the aroma will be lost completely. After roasting, cool down completely. Put in mixing jar and blend till smooth. Now let's roast the nuts that we're going to use in the plum cake today. I already chopped the nuts. In a pan, add cashew, almonds and walnut and roast them for 2 to 3 minutes on medium flame. Saute the nuts to avoid burning. You can also add other nuts as per your preference like pine nuts, pistachio and so on. Once it is roasted nicely and aromatic, keep them aside. In this plum cake, we also need almond powder, so we are going to make homemade almond powder. So roast some more almond for 1 minute or so, then blend to a smooth powder, and here it goes, our almond powder is ready. Next we will be making caramel, which will give the cake a rich dark color. Add sugar to a pan, let it melt and cook until golden brown. It will take about 8 to 10 minutes to be caramelized. So now you can see the sugar has caramelized and turned into a dark golden brown color. Add water. After adding water, the sugar caramel solidifies. So keep heating it for another 2 minutes. Sugar caramel will melt and mix with the water. Now our caramel is ready. Keep it aside too. In our previous video we have seen we soaked the dry fruits in rum and black tea for around 15 days. In this time duration, we also shaken the fruits for a couple of times to make sure that the fruits are soaked uniformly. In this recipe, I'm gonna be using rum soaked dry fruits which have been taken out and maturing now. In this plum cake recipe, I'm gonna be adding 200 gram refined flour. So we are taking the similar quantity of dry fruits with the liquid. If you wish, you can put more or less dry fruits, but the more is better. Now let's line up the cake mold. There are 2 to 3 methods to line up the mold, and this is one of them. First, apply oil on the inner bottom and side of the mold. Then keep the parchment paper that has cut according to the mold size. Also secure the side with a strip of parchment paper about 1 inch wider than the depth of the pan. So when you put dry fruits and nuts in the batter, it sinks down while baking. So add in some maida and mix well. Make sure you don't put the liquid in that mixture. We will be adding this liquid later in the cake batter. The maida will prevent the dry fruits from sinking down. Now let me show you the ingredients for the cake batter. For dry ingredients we have maida, almond powder, icing sugar and cocoa powder. In wet ingredients we have butter, buttermilk I made by adding 1 teaspoon vinegar in warm milk, caramel that I already shown you how to make. We also need lemon zest, orange zest, roasted nuts, orange juice, soaked fruits, baking powder and baking soda. And we also need cake masala that I prepared first in this video. In a mixing bowl, add butter and sugar. Cream them until it changes color to white. Then we will be adding rum liquid in that mixture. Then caramel, zest of orange and lemon, orange juice and blend them. What happens is after adding any acidic ingredient means sour ingredients, the batter curdles and separates liquid from the butter. So to stop happening this, add about 1 tablespoon of maida or refined flour and then beat the batter. So this way you can stop separating. Now add in dry ingredients in a sieve. Add in maida, almond powder, cocoa powder, baking powder and baking soda all together. We'll sieve the dry ingredients in 2 batches. So here goes our first batch sifted. Add in half of the buttermilk and flour coated dry fruits and nuts. Just fold them in. Add in rest of the dry fruits and nuts. Once folded well, add in another half buttermilk and sieve rest of the dry ingredients. The cake batter will be dense in this plum cake recipe. Add in cake masala. There should be enough flour and butter to hold the dry fruits. So just give them a final fold. So sometimes the side walls parchment paper may not stick well. So to stick the side walls parchment paper, apply a little bit of batter on the sides like this. It works as a glue. Now put the prepared cake batter in the mold. I'm gonna be top up with some more nuts and cherry halves. The nuts will go inside after baking though. I already preheated the karai with salt at the bottom for 10 minutes. Now keeping a stand. On that stand, place the cake mold carefully because the karai is really hot. Cover the karai and bake it for 40 minutes on low flame until the cake is really done inside. I'm removing the lid halfway through. Just want to show you how the cake looks like after 25 minutes of baking. It is still underdone and jiggly in the middle, so we have to bake it for another 20 minutes. You can also bake the cake in the oven. Just preheat the oven for 10 minutes. Then bake the cake for 40 to 45 minutes for 170 degrees Celsius. So however you make the cake, it has to be cooled down in the pan or in the oven. After cooling down, let's take out the cake from the karai. And our cake is ready. Brush some dough crumb. It will keep the cake moist. If you want to store, then wrap it in cling film in a dark place. And you can store this cake up to 1 month. So let's cut the cake and show you a slice of it. The cake is studded with a lot of yummy fruits, nuts and so dark inside. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this recipe, please hit the like button, share with your family and friends, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. We are celebrating the 5th anniversary of my first rum and fruit cake recipe, which you love, care about and support. So keep supporting and thank you so much again.